Welcome back to another Dragon Ball tier list. Today's going to be Saiyan transformations. So this is just going to be kind of a list on like the rule of cool. You know, it's going to be really subjective, just kind of how I personally feel about the form, based on a multitude of factors. You know, if I was doing like a top 10 rankings, I would be a lot more objective, and that would look like a very different list. But this is just going to be my personal list, how much I like the forms, how much I like seeing the forms, or even using the forms in some video games and stuff like that. I've already done a every Dragon Ball arc ranked tier list, so go check that out as well. I'll link it in the description, and it'll also be at the end of the video. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and start with Grade 8, which I think is... I'll put it in C tier. I'm not a big fan of Grade 8. I think the concept of it's really cool. I like the sort of inspiration that Toriyama had behind making it. But I think it's such an outmoded form by basically everything else on this list. And it's just, you know, it's simple. It's, you know, I turn into giant monkey. So, you know, and that's the thing is, you know, the dub calls it Grade Ape, which is technically, I guess, wrong because apes don't have tails. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan goes into S tier. I mean, it's the one that started it all. 99% of all this we would not have if not for Super Saiyan. If we're just being straight up. Kaioken, right here. I'm assuming that's Kaioken because Super Kaioken's over here. Kaioken's not a transformation. So it loses points on this list because it's not a transformation. It's a technique. We're going to put it in E tier. If this was ranking techniques, Kaioken would be up here in S tier. I just want to be clear, I'm not a Kaioken hater. But because this is a transformation tier list, and Kaioken is not technically a transformation, it's a technique, it loses a lot of points because of that, simply within the context of the list. If you get what I'm saying? Because like his appearance doesn't really change. He swells a bit and he turns kind of reddish, but that's reflection from one, the red aura, and also, you know how you get kind of flushed when you got a really intense workout? It's sort of a combination of the red aura and the side effects of the Kaioken technique itself, because it makes his muscles swell and he gets real flushed and red, and all the heat that his body's putting out because of how swollen he gets. False Super Saiyan, it's kind of an in-between transformation. So it kind of loses points similar to Kaioken, but not as many points because it's like halfway there. But it is cool. So rule of cool, it lands in C tier. Again, really subjective list, just rule of cool type stuff. I think this is grade 2, so that'd be Super Vegeta, which I think is really cool. We're gonna go ahead and throw that in B tier. I mean, who doesn't like Super Vegeta? It's a pretty badass form. You know, he gets all the swollen muscles, the hair gets wild and unruly. Super Trunks, it goes ahead of Grade Ape and False Super Saiyan for me, just because of the rule of cool. Obviously, it kind of sucks compared to like Super Vegeta, just because the cost of the speed in exchange for all that power, that does kind of suck. But the form itself looks badass. So rule of cool keeps it at C tier, you know, right in the middle of the list. Let's see. Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 is going in S tier along with Super Saiyan 1. Particularly Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I also really like Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I love the lightning effect that they get, that their power kind of puts out. And it's just, I don't know, I mean, his hair in particular is really cool, but I really like Super Saiyan 2 Goku's hair. I like how it's styled. But I think Super Saiyan 2 gets forgotten a lot. You see a lot of posts on social media and stuff, it's like all the Super Saiyan forms, but like they'll completely skip over Super Saiyan 2. And that's frustrating to me because it's definitely an S tier form. Let's go ahead and grab Super Kaioken. This one does constitute, you know, a bit more as a transformation than Kaioken did, just because it's stacked on top of Super Saiyan. And it's really, really cool. It's going in B tier. So, you know what, we're going to do it upper B tier because I think Super Kaioken's badass. I hate that it's only filler. Super Saiyan 3, I know this is controversial, but I'm putting it at the front S tier. I think Super Saiyan 3 is just one of the most peak transformations in the entire anime or manga. I love it, and this is a personal preference. The no eyebrows, the change in the eyes, the wild, big, unruly hair. I don't like it as much on Gotenks, but on Goku, it's sick. and you can't deny it's sick. Some people think it's ugly. Some people think it's a useless form. I think it's badass. It sucks that it's got the crazy energy drain. If it didn't have that, I think we'd see it a lot more. But to me, it's badass. I just love it so much. Let's see. Let's grab Legendary Super Saiyan for Z Broly, which I do think is really, really cool. But, you know, is it cool enough to be A tier? That's sort of the question. Is it cool enough to be A tier? I'd say so. I think Legendary Super Saiyan's cool enough to be A tier. I mean, bro gets bigger than Super Trunks, but is still fast as hell. Like, it's sick. Legendary Super Saiyan's sick, and he's just, I mean, he's the devil. He's the devil in that form. You understand? Let's see. We're going into GT now. Oh, wait, no, we got Ultimate Gohan here. I almost forgot Ultimate Gohan. Ultimate Gohan's badass. We're gonna put him in A tier. I would put him in S tier because I love Ultimate Gohan, but it's so little of a transformation, it kind of loses just a little bit of points because, like, there's not enough of a change there. It's just him with a specific hairstyle and you know, sort of a white glow, a white aura. So, you know, there's that, but I do think it's badass. That's the only thing keeping it from S tier is the fact that it's so little of a transformation. But I love Ultimate Gohan. I'm not even a massive Gohan fan, but I love Ultimate Gohan a lot. Now we jump into GT. So GT, we're gonna go Golden Grade Ape, which just edges out regular Grade Ape just because it's golden. It's cool, but it's still a Grade Ape, so I'm just kind of take it or leave it on that. So let's see. Let's go ahead and do these baby Vegeta forms. They're weird. They lose a few points because they're not just like, you know, Vegeta or whatever, but they are cool. Where's the first one? So we got baby Vegeta. I do think the design is really, really cool. So I'm gonna put the regular baby Vegeta. It's gonna be like the bottom of C tier. I think the white hair is really cool. The lines on the face are neat, but the white hair is really cool. That's kind of what gets me there. Super Baby 1's gonna go to D tier. I don't think it's as cool as Baby Vegeta, and then Super Baby 2 is gonna be C tier as well, because I mean that's a transformation. Bro don't even look like Vegeta anymore, thanks to Baby's influence. So I give it a little bit of leeway because it is kind of similar to the Goku Black, you know, stuff. It's just Zamasu and Goku's body. This is just Baby and Vegeta's body, which gives him that sort of transformation, access to that sort of transformation. Let's see. Super Saiyan 4, S tier. S tier. Super Saiyan 4 is raw as hell. It's arguably my favorite or second favorite form in the entire franchise. I absolutely love Super Saiyan 4. A lot of people say it's the only good thing about Dragon Ball GT. I disagree. I think there's a lot of good things about Dragon Ball GT, but that's a whole nother story, a whole nother video. I love Super Saiyan 4. Let's see, is there anything else that's not Dragon Ball Super? No, this is all Dragon Ball Super. Super Saiyan God. That's really tough. Oh, crap. That's tough. Because I also really love Super Saiyan God. You know what? Super Saiyan God's gonna go to the bottom of S tier. I think Super Saiyan God's badass. The fact that he gets slimmer, the bright red hair, the red eyes, some of the techniques that he has in that form, like the God Bind, I think Super Saiyan God's S tier. I love the simplicity of it. You got forms like Super Saiyan 4 that are super over designed, crazy looking, wild looking. You got Super Saiyan God, it's really subtle, but it's cool. The aura of Super Saiyan God, the fiery aura, I think is another thing that kind of makes it stand out. Super Saiyan Blue, not a lot of y'all know this, I'm not a very big Super Saiyan Blue fan. So, Super Saiyan Blue is gonna go in D tier. Like, I like it. Don't get me wrong, I do like Super Saiyan Blue. But it feels even more like a color swap than God did. God was unique because it was the first. Super Saiyan Blue's like, oh, we're just gonna stack Super Saiyan on top of God and give it blue hair. It's cool. I don't like that it was introduced super quickly. I don't like that it's become sort of the new standard bearer for Super Saiyan transformations. Super Saiyan Blue, it's alright. I like it. You know, it's mostly pretty cool. You know, I feel like I'm being a little too harsh because I do like it. I do actually like it more than the Great Apes. So we'll slip it up to C tier because I do like blue much more than the Great Ape forms and much more than these. You know what? I'll even slip it in front of Super Trunks. It'll be the top of C tier, Super Saiyan Blue. Let's go ahead and take Blue Kaioken. I mean, he gets a few points because it's Kaioken stacked on top. So he gets a few more points. That's a bit cooler. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to grab Blue Evolution, which is even cooler still. To me, it's the Super Vegeta of Super Saiyan Blue. I think Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is pretty cool. We're going to grab... No, we're gonna grab Trunks, and what is this? Is that his rage form? I don't really like it. I'm not a big fan of it. F tier. I mean, that's crazy. I'm ranking it up below a non-transformation, which is crazy. I should probably lower that. We'll do that. Kaioken's badass, but you know, no, I can't. I don't like this form. It's the only one that I'm just like, eh. And I like Trunks, but that's just eh. Kale, this is like her full power Berserker Super Saiyan stage. It's basically kind of like Legendary Super Saiyan, but not as cool. She is pretty badass, but I'm gonna put her right... I don't know, she kind of cringe in this form, to be honest. So we're gonna put her in D tier. She's just not Broly, you know, she's just not as cool as Broly. This is Broly's, you know what, let's go ahead and do Goku Black. Goku Black Rose, I think, is pretty peak. I love the pink hair, so. But it is just another color swap, so. We're gonna put it in A tier. It's not good enough to be S tier. But I think Super Saiyan Rose is really, really sick. Broly's Ikari form, so a lot of people disagree that this is even a form. Because they're like, it's not a transformation, it's just a state of being. Kind of like, Ultra Instinct. But his appearance, it does change. His eyes change color, they get yellow. His hair gets wilder, and it does spike up a lot. So it's like, you know, it is and it isn't. I'd kind of put it in the category, it's more of a transformation than Kaioken is. I'd probably kind of put it in the category of false Super Saiyan. But I think it's really cool. I do think it's really, really cool. I'll put it at the very front. You know, it's too cool to put in D tier. So I'm gonna put it at the end of C tier. It's a lot in C tier. Let's see. Full power Broly from Dragon Ball Super. Do I rank it as high as Legendary Super Saiyan? Yeah. It's that cool. We'll put it at the back of A tier. It is that cool. I mean, it wins on Rule of Cool alone, because, I mean, it's kind of like Legendary Super Saiyan, but even more wild, even more raw. Dude may even be bigger, I don't know. But it definitely deserves to be up there. Actually, I don't know. He actually might be slightly smaller. Let's see. Let's go Ultra Instinct Sign. A lot of people like this more than the regular Ultra Instinct. And yes, I do count this as a transformation. Because... okay, I count it in the same vein as like False Super Saiyan, because it's like, and Ikari, because like his eyes change, he gets a new aura, and his hair gets like those silvery highlights. Because it's not like a full transformation, it's more of a state of being, which is what Ultra Instinct really is. It's not even, you know, fully a technique. Like I said, it's more of a state of being. It loses a few points in that category for me. But I still like it more than Great Ape, so it's going to go in C tier. Now, Mastered Ultra Instinct, I think it's S tier. And you know what? I think it's better than God. I think it's better than Super Saiyan 2. So, Mastered Ultra Instinct is definitely S tier. I mean, silver hair, it looks so good. It looks so good on Goku. And it's not even just like just a color swap of his hair, because his hair gets, it's, you know, it's got that flowy effect and everything to it. It looks so sweet. It looks so good. Let's go ahead and do Beast Gohan. We're down to 2. Beast Gohan's cool, but it's not as cool as I think it could have been. That's tough. Beast Gohan's pretty raw, but do I like it? Do I like it more than Super Saiyan Blue? Do I like it more than Blue Kaioken? I think I like it a little bit more than Super Saiyan Blue, but I don't know if I like it more than Blue Kaioken, so we're going to slap it at the front of C tier. Ultra Ego Vegeta is another one of those forms that's just like, okay, that's pretty badass. Bro's got purple hair, got the no eyebrows just like in Super Saiyan 3. And the whole concept of the form is really fucking cool. But I've got a lot of forms in S tier. To be honest, I think we need to see more of Ultra Ego Vegeta before I can decide to officially put it in S tier. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with that. It's at the very front of A tier. I'd say it's like right there on the line between A and S tier. So I'm going to put it at the front of A tier. And the only reason I put it there is because we've seen a lot of it in the manga. I need to see it in action in the anime before I can comfortably put it in S tier. That's the only thing holding it back. I could even revisit this list once it does get animated, the moral arc and the granola arc and all that stuff. Once it gets animated, I could probably like revisit the list and put Ultra Ego in S tier. But as it stands, I'm gonna leave it in A tier. This is my Saiyans transformation tier list. If you like these types of videos, please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more Dragon Ball and just general anime content, because I got some other stuff coming out as well. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you in the next video.